Hi everyone, this is our project about Lacaton and Vassal. Just to give you a brief background, they are French architects who started practicing in 1987. Their focus mainly revolves around the restoration and transformation of existing buildings. They feel quite strongly about building without completely destroying buildings, rather prefer to breathe new life into existing spaces. Philippe, in particular, spent time in Niger, in Africa, where he observed what people can do with such limited resources. This has inspired much of their work. With the current climate crisis, they stand by their motto, never demolish, never remove or replace, always add, transform and reuse. As a group, we have had a look at 8 of their projects based within France, and we are going to discuss our opinions on these.
The first project is a transformation of 530 dwellings. To achieve this transformation, they've created a facade to surround the building. This allowed for a completely new and improved look without displacing any of the existing inhabitants. In my opinion, the design is very effective as it has improved the quality of living for the residents and the overall aesthetics of the area in a very clever way, as the effort and pollution that would have otherwise been caused by demolishing and rebuilding has been avoided.
Yeah, I kind of agree. To be fair, I like the way it's been built, and I think it's very ecological. But what really bothers me about the building, it just looks cheap. It looks kind of dirty almost, if you know what I mean.
I agree.
Do you think so
Yeah.
too? Yeah, it's just a bit. I don't know. It just looks like it stands out like a sore thumb. Like if you put like a really nice building next to it, like you see the building in front on the top image there. I don't know. I think it just this is a nicer building, and this just looks like a big council flat estate. If you know what I mean.
The one thing I do like though is that if you look on the fourth image where the glass is, and then you've got the apartments there, it's quite nice and bright.
Yeah, true.
Well, the next project is the student and social housing. It is very similar to how the previous project is constructed and looks. The project itself is student and social housing, including 98 student dwellings and 30 social dwellings. Me personally, I like the aesthetics of the balcony and the interior by the front doors.
Yeah, I mean, like the other one. I don't really like it. In all honesty, it looks very cheap. I mean, I don't know. There's just something about it. I mean, the interior looks slightly different. It's very modern. It's almost very contrasting, but it's just
very neutral.
Yeah, there's no color. It's very dull.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the aesthetics of the outside of this one. I much prefer the first one.
Yeah.
And I think it doesn't really blend into the surroundings, and it looks quite big and out of place.
Yeah. The next building we looked at was the Polyvalent Theatre. Is what it says on the tin. It is a theatre used for concerts, social events, so on. I actually quite like this building. I think, especially the use of the lights inside. I like the way it's organised. It's got a very efficient use of space. It's very aesthetically pleasing as well with the way it's designed. Yeah, what do you guys think?
I quite like the lights on the outside. It sort of shows it's the lively place, and there's always something going on inside.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really effective use of the space, how it can transform, and yeah, it's just a really good public space.
Okay.
Okay. And the next project is the Frac Dunkirk. The concept of this design was to create an extension of the existing build to complement it, but not overtake the original building. And the spaces of this are used for exhibition spaces. In my opinion, it is effective at keeping the existing building relevant. However, it's not so appealing in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I love the symmetry of this building. I think it's great the way they've just bolted on an identical, more industrial, almost naked look of the existing building. The light's very neutral. I get why you don't like it, Zoe. I just think it'd be quite a cool place to go to as well. Like, you know, all these people here looking like just, I don't know, it'd be a nice place to have a meal or something with a nice view potentially. I don't know. What do you think, Jan?
Well, I feel like it doesn't take away from the surrounding area if it's not too distracting.
Yeah, it's almost like on its own, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next project we looked at was the School of Architecture. It's obviously a school built for architects. The building itself is made using concrete beam structure with polycarbonate and glass. Me personally, I like the building due to the transparent facade giving lots of light into the building, which is very useful to architects in their art and modelling.
Yeah, I personally really like this one. I mean, being a school of architecture, I think it's awesome. I mean, do you know, like when you go into Millennium Point in our building, and you've got that kind of exterior on the front, that kind of industrial look on the as you look out the window. I think this is really good like that. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about being there for long periods of time. It looks very cold, but yeah, I find it quite nice to look at this one, and I think it's constructed really well.
Yeah, I agree that the interior does seem quite cold and a bit claustrophobic, but I really like the industrial style of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The next project we looked at was the collective of 23 social houses. This was kind of the aim of this one was to obviously promote the kind of greenhouse style of building with the rooftop kind of greenhouse you can see here. Personally, I'm a bit mixed on my opinions on this one. I don't like the exterior. It looks very cheap, looks very tacky. Would I want to live there? Probably not. But when you look at the interior, I think the rooftop greenhouse side of it is awesome. I think the interior is very modern. It's just a mad clash. I don't know how I feel about it really. What about you guys?
I'm really impressed with the greenhouses on the top. I feel like that provides so much more than we could even think.
Yeah, I like the greenhouses. What about you, Zoe?
Yeah, I like how everyone has a little outside area. But I agree, like the outside, I don't think it's very appealing and it's quite boxy, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I think it's very boxy. I don't know. There's just, would I want to take my future girlfriend back to that house? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? So, let's move on.
Right. So this project is social housing in Mull House. And unlike most of the farm's works, this design is a completely new build with 14 houses. In my opinion, the overall aesthetics of the design isn't the best with the choice of materials, but it is a common theme throughout this farm's designs, and it is explained by the fact that they're more focused on environmental factors and affordable houses.
Yeah, I mean, this project's like the last one. I don't know, living wise, right? It seems like with their actual houses that they do, I don't really like them. I think there's just something not visually appealing about the
They're
exterior.
not homely, are they?
They're just not homely. I mean, interior wise, it looks all right. Like, I love this little kind of this area at the top. I like the idea of the balcony. I like this idea here, but see, like the metal gates, and I don't know, it just looks very kind of cheap.
Yeah, I do like this style and the curved roofs, but they just don't seem like homes. It seems like they should be like something else.
They look like
massive greenhouses where you'd grow like loads of plants almost. And I know that's the look they're going for, and that's the style of their building, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan.
Well, the next project is the Palais de Tokyo, situated in Paris, France. This was a complete refurbishment of a previous art gallery. They took it on and they expanded using the previous basement to create much higher ceilings and create a much more open environment. And they tried their hardest to conserve the heritage of the previous building. Me personally, I love the aesthetics of the interior, not so much the exterior, but I feel like the interior can be used for a variety of things.
Personally, I love this one. This is my favourite project. I love the way they've kept the same shapes. They've really preserved the old art gallery, but they've added like a very modern touch on the inside. If you have a look at the inside there, these big windows.
Yeah.
I love the way they've left it all bare. They haven't like plasterboarded it all up. They've left all the metal work exposed. I think it's brilliant, and I think if I was going to go to an art exhibition, I would definitely go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've kept the building pretty much intact, and they've just sort of fixed anything that needs to be fixed, and I think it looks really effective and really good.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, thank you for watching. And these are all our references here. Guys, how do you feel about their work overall? What do you think?
I think it's not for me. I feel like it's very industrial and not up my alley, but I can see why people do love it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, commercially, I think they're brilliant. I think for these kind of restorations of big buildings like the Palais, the Tokyo, back up here with the Frack as well. Where's the Frack? That one. I like the theatre, but housing-wise, I'm just not really a fan, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a big fan of the housing. I'm quite a big fan of sustainability, and I think that what they're doing is really important, especially the transformations and adding the facades. I think it's a really brilliant idea.
Okay, brilliant. Well, we'll call it there.